Welcome to the Sunset Archon channel, where we aspire to gain from night to first light, and today we will be playing Genshin Impact version 3.1. And we are now into the last 3 days and 6 hours until Genshin Impact version 3.2 maintenance. I'm looking forward to seeing how this Archon quest ends, everyone. And also, we are just 5 days and 12 hours away from the release of Harvestella on November 4th. And, side note, it is also the day of the new One Piece movie, so I hope you all have your tickets. Finally, we also, 4 days after that, in other words, 9 days and 12 hours, we will also be having the release of Sonic Frontiers. As I've said before, we will be playing the PlayStation 5 version mainly. However, I'll also be getting the Switch version to compare the performance on both consoles. And we are 117 days and 13 hours? Oh, right, daylight savings. Daylight savings does weird things to the timers. Anyway, 117 days and 13 hours until the release of Atelier Ryza 3, Alchemist of the End and the Secret Key, Octopath Traveler 2, and Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe. I'll be getting all of 3 of those games for the Nintendo Switch, and I hope to see you there to enjoy them with me as I play through them for the first time. And the last on the list, for May 12th, 2023, we have The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, formerly known as Breath of the Wild 2. This is a game long coming, long awaited for. Alrighty, let us jump right into the game now.
Wind Chaser Gameplay Tutorial. The Gale Zone contains a strange device known as a Snagwind Nexus. This device will generate wind currents that blow into specific directions to block your movement. However, by modifying the orientation of this device, can also allow the wind currents produced to aid you greatly in traversing the Gale Zone. The Gale Zone contains scattered elemental particles. You can collect them to start the Wind Grasper Challenge. Collect a specific number of these elemental particles within the time limit to complete the challenge. You can invite a maximum of 1 other player to challenge the Gale Zone together with you in co-op mode. And then we have 5 challenges in the Gale Zone. I haven't started this quest, so we got a lot to go through. So, the challenge requirements are: complete the Gale Zone, collect a total of 25 wind coins and reach the destination during a single challenge, and complete a total of 3 Wind Grasper challenges and reach the destination during a single challenge. Same requirements, same. And the final one, the first 2 are the same, but the last one is to defeat a total of 24 opponents. Interesting. Alright, let's jump right into it. Let's see. The Gale Zone contains strange devices known as windstopper hubs. Activate such devices to cause wind currents near the windstopper hubs within the Gale Zone to cease operation temporarily. The wind currents thus affected will revert back to their original states after a period of time. And for now, I'll just go with my usual team, and once we get a feel for how the Gale Zone works, then we might switch things up. We have 20 minutes. Alright. Already went through this. Ah, okay. Alright, so it's not absolute. I can make this work.
Time to go.
Hi. Hello, Pyro. Welcome to the stream. We are just getting into the Gale Zone.
The range knows you.
Illusion shattered!
And it looks like I can get around these things with ease. 1, 2, up, up. Windproof terrace. This strange platform is not affected by wind currents. When a character passes this platform by, it will descend slowly. Once the character leaves, this platform will return to its original location. Alright. Alright.
Follow the wind.
Ah. Okay. Yeah, I am just getting into this.
Time to go.
I've been busy with a few things, so I have been trying to catch up on all the events within the next 96 hours. Alright. No need to stop nearby wind currents. Come on. Oh. Alright, fine. How do you like that? Alright. And that's the end of the first round. So yes, there's not much combat involved. So I think I'm going to switch over to my original team and use mainly Kazuha and Zhongli to make it through this. Alright.
Quake! Time to go.
Alright. Now we head back for the win coins.
Right!
Hello, Say. Welcome to the stream. Driftwind platform. A level surface known as a driftwind platform. When affected by wind currents, this platform will rise up to a specific location, and when unaffected, will return to its original location. Use this unique trait of such platforms to reach certain areas that might appear hard to reach. Alright, so I was right to use Zhongli, to switch to Zhongli. All right. Oh, you brought your nieces to a Halloween event? That's nice.
Time to go.
Ah. Okay. Come on, come on. All right. Ah. Okay. I'm missing 2 coins. All right.
Follow the wind.
I got time to look for them.
Into the wind.
Crumble! Shine down! Incinerate!
There we go. Already went over that. And there we go.
Rise!
You're made to wear cat ears and a tail in public because they wanted to dress up for it.
Time to go.
Enjoy those moments while you can. Alright, that's number 2 down. Next is the Realm of Southeasterly Winds. Alright. Well, that's new.
Crumble! Rise!
Alright. The Wind Churner Nexus. This is a strange device known as the Wind Churner Nexus. Wait. Activate this device to cause an AoE of wind current near the Wind Churner Nexus to expand temporarily. The wind current thus affected will revert back to their original state after a period of time. Strange. Ah. Okay.
Quake!
I'm not playing by the rules.
Crumble!
Because I can't do that on these platforms. Wait for it.
Rise! Crumble!
You are not making this easy for me.
Follow the wind.
Okay.
The wind knows me. Time to go.
Come on, come on, come on. Alright. You got kicked out for the next hour? What happened?
Time to go. Time to go.
Whoa. Okay, almost fell off the edge that time. Not even a lack of stamina can kill me here.
Time to go. One with nature. As one with wind and cloud.
There is no escape.
Alright, let's get those coins. Come on.
Into the wind. Follow the wind.
Wait. Of course. Come on, come on, come on. Yes! Alright. Ah, there are the other coins. Just need 2 more. And we're clear. Yeah. One moment. Okay.
There are
Sorry about
leaves
that.
around.
Only 2 more left to go. Next up, number 4, the realm of the northwesterly winds. Use this to shut off all the wind currents. Use it again to reactivate them. Interesting.
Time to go. Here.
Come on, come on, come on. Yes. All right. All right, we're good. Yeah, the last stage does have more fighting involved. I did look at them. Okay.
Time to go. Here.
29 seconds. Ah, I was so close.
Time to go.
Rise!
Still can't do that. Excellent. Two out of 3 Wind Grasper challenges complete.
The wind knows me.
Illusion shattered.
Quake!
Boom!
Time to go. Follow the wind. Time to go.
All right. And we are only 28 minutes into the stream. And we didn't have to turn off a single wind current. Now we're on to the final one of this challenge. This event. The Realm of the Southerly Winds. Oh, so we're starting straight with combat. Alright.
One with nature.
Shine down. Incinerate. Time for your arraignment.
Clouds high. The birds come. Time to go.
Wait, I only get a minute for this?
Time to go.
Wait, what?
Order guide you.
Boom!
Okay, I get it now.
Fallen leaves.
Breath of the flame.
Next. Time to move.
Time to go.
Not much time left. Come on. Yes!
This is order.
Torn to oblivion! There is no escape! Time for your arraignment!
Alright! One try for each of them. That took a lot less time than I thought it would. Alrighty. And now we can continue with the Archon quest that I still have not finished yet. But we're going to finish it today. We're so close to finally getting back up to 7,000 crabs. After that, we only need 2,999 more crabs before we convert all of them to Crabro again. Alright. And I'm trying to get the remainder of the glabrous beans I need in order to max out another food dish. I need 2,000 of these beans.
Add Astra.
Okay, I'll switch over here. So I can increase my fowl and seagrass acquisition. How much seagrass do I actually have? 3,062 seagrass. Not bad. Some har fruits, some Zayden peaches. I'm so close to getting my tomatoes back to 9,999 after using over 1,000 of them at once.
Time to go.
Yep, I'm still working on maxing it out.
Time to go.
It is a constant journey. Oh, right. That is something I wanted to announce today. So, yesterday I got a notification saying I'm finally able to do community posts on YouTube. So, now I'm thinking about making a post at the end of each version of Genshin Impact to show exactly where my inventory counts are compared to when the version started. So we can all see what progress I'm making, how fast things are increasing, and I can even leave a few tips for people that also want to try to max out their inventory. Maybe not max out their inventory, but there are definitely people out there that want to know how they can collect certain items faster. Alright. And now, before we go any further, let us try one 10-pull. I tried 10-pulling off stream, and after going the entirety from 2.0 to 3.0, after all that time I got Chi-Chi'd. On the bright side, it was C6 Chi-Chi, but it still hurt. So, if we don't get Nilo this time, that's okay, we'll just wait for her rerun. Because I'm already working on building Ayato, and I feel like Ayato and Barbara are better suited for farming pyro enemies like the pyro hypostasis. I feel like they're better for doing that than Nilo right now. But we're going to give it a try. If we get her, yay for us. If not, at least we built a pity for Guarantee Nahida. And I have some big plans for 3.2 if everything goes right. So let us get started. 3, 2, 1. And also, as you can see, I have plenty of star glitter built up. 99? Oh, wait. No, 99 isn't the limit. I just happened to hit that number. You can go above 99 or 100 star glitter. Alright, no dice this time, but it's okay. Zato. So that's another 5-star glitter for us. Alright. Time to get to work. And the first place we're gonna go Yeah, but like I said, I'm not too sad about it.
Time to go.
Okay, I really gotta stop doing that. Oh. Alright. I'm not too sad about it because I tried her trial.
Into the wind.
Shine down.
One with the forest.
And she is pretty good in that trial, but doesn't exactly match my play style.
That's close enough.
Hey there.
There is no escape.
Can't see.
Alright. Investigating elemental monuments. 1, 2.
Illusion shattered.
One with the forest.
Shine down.
Can't see. The wind knows me. Let's nip that in the bud.
She needs good Dendro Enabler to do blooms, and else she doesn't do good damage. Yeah. That's the thing, it's not just about the damage, it's about the rate at which you can trigger elemental reactions. With her moveset, once you use her elemental skill, you do get hydro damage when you do normal attacks for a while, but the hits are so spaced out that you can't exactly get the right ratio of blooms. Like if I use that after imbuing the target with Dendro and also using Raiden's elemental skill, so you get that electro slash every time you make contact with the enemy, there wouldn't exactly be enough hits to maintain the number of bloom buds on the ground to keep using hyper bloom.
Surely enough to convince anyone to become a wanderer.
What I'm looking for is a character that can keep that sweet spot going, so you can do consecutive hyper blooms. But the rate at which Nilo uses her does hydro damage, it's just not feasible with the current characters in play. So I don't mind waiting until there is a hydro character that exists that can fix that. Why are there scorpions on the roof? Scorpions on the Roof, a parody of Fiddler on the Roof.
One with the forest.
All right. Into the basement of a creepy abandoned Elazar hospital. What could possibly go wrong? Patient Abbas, 23 years old, mole on the left side of the forehead and left-handed. While his condition remains very serious, survival will be difficult without professional medical care. The patient's survivability. Once found, immediately inform. Don't give up. Stay positive. All beings are under the watchful eye of the divine, so don't ever give up. The rest of the document has been rendered unreadable by weathering. Keep a balanced diet, rest regularly, and maintain a good mood. Monday, minty bean soup. Titan, lunch. Curry shrimp. Pani puri, dinner. Tuesday, salad. Biryani, lunch. Fish with cream sauce. Potato boat, dinner. Wednesday, shakshuka, bean cake, lunch. The remaining sections are blank. In case of emergency, contact the physician on duty immediately. Monday, Ibrahim. Tuesday, redacted. Wednesday, Amodi. The remaining sections are blank. There seems to be a darkened remain of a stem inside the vase. It was probably used to hold flowers. The words, for Abin, are at the bottom of the bottle. It seems to have been a gift to someone named Abin.
Look, there's someone over there.
We need to be careful.
Good idea. Let's approach him slowly without alarming him.
Wait. You're...
He can't speak, and his eyes are unfocused. But he looks too young to be anyone's grandfather. Also, why is he the only one here?
Didn't expect to see him here.
You know him?
He's Razak, a senior of mine at the Academia.
He's a scholar too? Is he the kind that holds up in a forest and mumbles stuff about training?
No. And that's the problem. Razak was never involved in any of those things. He never trained in the forest, let alone reach Satyavada life. Leaving that question aside for the moment, him being here alone means that we might be too late. Looks like they've already taken everyone away. For whatever reason, they left Razak here. Perhaps they simply didn't have time to come back for him. There are drag marks on the ground. They're clearer by the doorway. Someone was forcefully drawing a cart that was loaded with something heavy.
Loaded with people?
That is one possibility. It looks like they were in a hurry, as if they were afraid of being caught. In their haste, they failed to notice Razak hiding in a corner. The symptoms are identical. Looks like we found living proof.
Huh? Why do you say that?
Allow me to jog your memory. Recall your time at Port Ormos. Don't you think his symptoms look familiar?
Oh, now that you mention it, they're acting the same way.
Correct. The Academia is behind all of this. It isn't difficult to deduce their rationale. First, the Academia spread a false rumor of the Scarlet King's resurrection, emphasizing the role of the village keepers, the mad scholars who were exiled to Aru village. These rumors were all the persuasion that the radicals needed, and those based in Aru village leapt into action. Unbeknownst to them, of course, Through rounding up the scholars, they were actually helping the academia. As well as being able to exploit the radicals for their own ends, this scheme has one further advantage to the academia. All the risks and responsibilities are offloaded onto the Scarlet King's followers. Life for the desert dwellers has been brutal ever since the Scarlet King's death all those years ago. Beneath the surface, feelings of desperation are widespread. Many would give everything they have for the prospect of something better. Anyone looking to exploit that for their own ends simply needs to make a few empty promises. Even if complications arise, people will see that those involved are all followers of the Scarlet King and look for no further explanation than differences of belief. A deep-seated mistrust of the desert and everyone in it by the rest of Sumeru will make sure of that. The notion of an academia plot wouldn't even cross their minds. It may seem like a simple strategy, but it is able to work wonders under Sumeru's current circumstances.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. It's in line with the village chief's theory, too. But there's still one very important question. Wasn't it the academia that brought the scholars to Aru Village in the first place? Why does it want them back now?
Throughout this process, one thing has changed. The scholars' identity. First, they were scholars. Then, they became lunatics. After that, they were exiles. And finally, they become missing persons.
I see.
An exile is still patently a living, breathing human being. But when someone becomes a missing person, that is brought into question. If you can't find someone, you have no way of knowing what exactly happened to them. That makes missing people an ideal resource.
Resource? For what exactly?
One possibility is that the information in their brains could be extracted into knowledge capsules.
Extracted? You mean canned knowledge comes from people's brains?
With the technology of the Sumeru Academia, it's entirely possible. Perhaps the process caused them great suffering, which is why they cry out in the dead of night when no one is watching them.
So, the human brain... Nope, nah, Hyman doesn't want to think about this.
How did you learn of this technology?
I'm the Academia scribe, after all. I'm familiar with their projects. Anyway, judging by Razak's state, the contents of a divine knowledge capsule were extracted from his mind. But something went wrong in the process. Or perhaps his curiosity got the better of him, and he used such a capsule for himself.
Hyman's a little confused. Can they just use anyone's brain?
It's also safe to assume that this knowledge has something to do with the Fatui, the Doctor, and also the Balladeer. They're using divine knowledge capsules to turn the Balladeer into a god.
The look on your face tells me you've realized the answer.
The Academia needs people who have been exposed to the divine consciousness.
That's right. To some scholars, gaining knowledge about the gods is their entire life's pursuit. Extracting canned knowledge is just one of the extreme measures they turn to. However, I can't help but wonder, what do they seek to gain from divine knowledge? The Academia is going out of their way to look for forbidden knowledge, but what is their ultimate goal? I've spent quite some time trying to analyze the contents of the divine knowledge capsule, but to no avail. It seems like my way of thinking is too different from theirs.
You mean you're not even slightly interested in getting your hands on this forbidden stuff?
All scholars seek to expand the horizons of knowledge, but I'm not particularly interested in gods, so I don't share their degree of zealotry. Extracting information from people as if they were lifeless objects? If this is the direction of academic progress, then the Academia may as well shut its doors.
Sounds like you're really against all this.
Of course. The Academia's actions run contrary to their rules. Whether it be academics or knowledge, everything has its boundaries. If those lines are crossed, the rules and order that govern everything in the world will be destroyed. This matter needs to be corrected, just like fixing a typo in a book.
Wait, didn't you step in to help because you felt sympathy for those poor people?
Not to be callous, but no. My criteria are a little more restrictive than that. There is no shortage of suffering in Sumeru, and the same can be said for the rest of Teyvat as well. What do you plan to do about that? Save every last person?
Probably not. Paimon's not sure.
Your motives are more specific and personal.
You can say that. Simply put, I don't blindly place my faith into strength or heroism. I do what I want. The Divine Knowledge Capsule is something I want to investigate in full. That doesn't mean I'm willing to take action for the sake of a few strangers.
Though he rejects the notion of greater moral responsibility, he justifies his actions because they are true to his personal motivations. Someone like him might actually make for a better ally.
Paimon's been wanting to say this for a while. There are a lot of bad guys in the academia, but you're not one of them. You're their weirdo.
You're probably right. Though I must say, I quite enjoy this feeling of being the odd one out. Uniqueness is also an asset, is it not?
Wow, that's a great way to think about it. Paimon's really impressed. If only Miss Shani had a similar mindset, her life would definitely be a lot easier.
I'm just a more likable person than her in general. There's nothing more to it than that.
So what do we do with him?
He won't last long if we leave him here. Let's take him with us. We'll work out our next step after we return to Aru Village.
Okay, so that just happened. An ancient key. A key stole by a masked weasel. Oh. So we just scared off the weasel that had the key. There is a name inscribed on this bowl, Hakim. If there weren't crooked carvings of Abaz, and sugar jar on them, it would be difficult to imagine that this dirty clay jar was ever used to store sugar. There is a name inscribed on this bowl, Avin.
Into the wind.
Paimon wonders what sort of treasure we'll find here. The shelves are full of thin books. You browse through them, and find that they seem to be hospital documents, such as medical records or financial statements. You shut the door in disappointment. Paimon thought there would be some special treasure inside. Even the wooden barrels and crates we find in our adventures are better than this. At least those had cabbage or fowl inside. I prefer fowl. I still have 9,999 cabbages I have no idea what to do with. Because there aren't a lot of dishes that use the cabbage. And what's this? Looks like it fell out from over there. Let's see. Maybe they'll lead us to treasure. Patient name, Abbas. Gender, male. Occupation, farmer. Basic state at admission. Scabby skin at limb extremities, multiple ulcers on the back, chest, and other bodily surfaces. Weakness of limbs and poor mobility observed. Mental faculties are coherent, though there are clear signs of fatigue, poor sleep quality, and poor appetite. Doctor in charge, Amodi. Week 1 of hospitalization. New scabs at limb extremities and enlarged ulcers. The left arm seems unstable and is unusable and is in pain. Mental faculties are coherent, though there are clear signs of fatigue, poor sleep quality, and poor appetite. Doctor in charge, Amodi. Week 3 of hospitalization. The scabs are scale-like and have spread across the surface of the body. There is necrosis within multiple ulcers. The patient has fallen into a coma. Doctor in charge, Amodi. Week 9 of hospitalization. The necrosis of the ulcers has been effectively kept under control, and no new scabs have appeared on the surface of the body. The patient is in a comatose state. Doctor in charge, redacted. Week 15 of hospitalization. The wound from the replacement treatment has not healed, even after a long time. No new scabs have appeared on the surface of the body. There is weakness in the limbs, and the patient cannot grasp items on their own. The patient is also experiencing fever and vomiting. Mental faculties are coherent, though fatigued, poor sleep, and unable to eat. Doctor in charge, redacted. Week 21 of hospitalization. We have started to manage to keep the scabs on the body's surface under control, and the new limb's function has been restored. The patient is experiencing chronic coughing and prone to fainting. Mental faculties are coherent and in a good state. Sleep quality and appetite are decent. Doctor in charge, redacted. Ugh. Elazar is so scary. What does the other document say? Treatment subject, Abbas, gender, male. Occupation, farmer. Doctor in charge, redacted. Status. After 20 weeks of treatment, Specimen 4's new skin and new left arm have recovered well. No changes in appetite or sleep. Mental state fluctuations beyond the normal range. There have been multiple attempts to leave the care area. God's voice guides me. It's cited as motivation, and the specimen is believed to have delusional tendencies. Additionally, the God's voice described in the confession is possibly related to the resonant quake phenomenon present in the internal topographic structure of the dunes. This should be investigated to rule out ungovernable input interference. Increase supervision. Treatment protocol. The second phase of redacted trial is beginning to see results. The next phase, redacted. Objective, Specimen 4's organs redacted. Following extensive examination, Sample 3 is the best material for the third phase of the redacted trial. Before the implementation of redacted is required. Continuous vomiting and skin redacted is a normal occurrence. Redacted must be prepared beforehand for Specimen 4 to maintain the circulation of redacted. After completion of the basic redacted operation, observe the subject for 1 week. If normal physiological activity is observed in the organs, the rate of deterioration of the surface scabs is reduced, and limb function is restored. The next phase of the redacted trial can commence. Physician's note. All specimens have one thing in common. Body elemental quantities were at abnormally high levels and were positively correlated with the severity of the disease. After the redacted experiment, body elemental quantities were reduced, and samples self-reported a reduction in symptoms. It is reasonable to hypothesize that there is a causal relationship between elemental quantities and Elazar. More controlled trials should be conducted to exclude redundant variables. Note: the enrichment process of elemental quantities in humans may be dynamically sustained. After completion of early redacted experiments, within a short period of time, Specimen 1's physical indicators trended to the norm. In the later stages, due to redacted now being complete, the quantity of elements in the sample's body rebounded, and symptoms increased, leading to Specimen 1 redacted could not be recycled for materials. Information obtained. Preparations must be made for long-term trials. Redacted cannot be stopped before the specimen's symptoms have stabilized. Due to the nature of the trial, there must be a method to stabilize the sample's mood. Removal of redacted may be attempted. Following the new method, the material rejection rate has been significantly reduced. Specimens 2 and 3 developed mental instability due to the associative connections to the fundamental inner qualities of redacted, and tended to attribute the disease to unverifiable divine punishment, consequently considering it blasphemy to attempt redacted as a treatment. Hello, green earbuds. Welcome to the stream. It is very interesting, though. Exploring neurostimulation and the resulting cognitive shifts could be a future research topic. Due to the above uncontrollable variables, they halted at stage 2. A shame. However, the materials provided by these 2 samples were the best quality materials so far. It is reasonable to believe that the perfect performance of Specimen 4 is related to the material quality provided by these 2 samples. Ultimately, once the 3-stage experiment was completed, Specimen 4's symptoms disappeared completely, proving that it is possible to use redacted to control the elemental content of a person's body without relying on elemental power. There is potential for weaponization. Discussion of research on redacted have to be increased in the future. Humans have unlimited potential. It may be foolish of me as the researcher to write this, but with enough input, I might be able to reach the level of a god, or so people might call it. Tama doesn't understand a thing. I didn't get it either. Ignorance might be bliss here, to be honest. You understood it? Tama only got the bit that goes, God's voice guides me. Does that mean there'll be unique voices guiding us here? It could be underground water flow or creature activity. Yeah, who knows, there might be some underground ruins. Let's listen for any sounds and have a closer look when we hear something. Before my time. So yeah, we already did that bit before getting to this. Way down here. So, now that that is out of the way, I really wish they'd give me something other than wheat in the desert. Back to our village.
We're back!
You must be tired. You should rest and take some water.
What's the situation?
Who's this?
Unfortunately, somebody who's too young to take on the role of Isak's grandfather. Nevertheless, he's one of the people we're trying to find.
So, at one point in time, The abandoned Elazar Hospital served as the Academia's site for extracting divine cant knowledge.
Yep, pretty much.
Their plan must have been implemented at some point before we arrived at Aru Village, since divine cant knowledge has been in circulation for a while now. Yet, they fled once we were headed to the village, almost as if they knew we were on their trail. Why is that?
Yeah, why is that?
We may have a mole in our midst. One of us could be secretly revealing our whereabouts to the Academia.
Huh? Are our friendships that shallow?
Looks like none of you have realized wherein lies the issue. Sino, you're the reason why they can predict our movements.
Wait, what's that supposed to mean?
Choose your next words very carefully.
It is simply a logical inference. I have my reasons.
So what you're saying is... Sino's the mole. Interesting. And here I thought you were the most suspicious one, Alhaitham, since you were always acting alone.
I know. You have a point. But I realized something as we were returning from the hospital. Sino isn't like any of us.
What are you trying to say?
Do you still remember who you are, General Mahamatra? As a Matra, you are no doubt privy to certain kinds of information. Before you can take action against someone, you are required to have all the facts available, including the less than savory details. Simply put, the Academia has traditionally allowed you access to a wealth of sensitive information. Knowing their modus operandi, wouldn't you expect them to take precautions against you? If you want to raise a vicious wolf, you need to make sure that you can avoid its bite.
The Academia is monitoring me?
It's not that simple. The Academia has eyes all over Sumeru, but they have a special protocol for dealing with you. Every so often comes a Nyagarbaha Day. On this day, the Academia enters new information into the Akasha through knowledge capsules. I remember seeing a thick notebook next to the control panel once. Its contents were all about the General Mahamatra, his activities throughout the day, preferred methods of enacting judgment, everything.
You're saying that the Academia entered my information into the Akasha too? But what's the point in doing that? My actions aren't important enough to be added into the Akasha.
The Akasha is capable of computation. The Akasha's algorithms are entirely capable of predicting your movements using the data entered. When you would depart, the route you would follow, your destination. It knew all of this.
It predicted my every move.
The Academia has been watching you longer than you think.
So that's how it is. Sino adheres to his principles so strongly that he's actually a thorn in their side. Tenacity of will and steadfast faith are worthless to the Academia. They need scholars who are easily pliable and mindlessly go after anything they can profit from. Sino, don't take it to heart. This just proves how much of a trustworthy ally you are.
They escaped because of me.
So he had his data input into the Akasha so they could predict his next movements. Wow.
Don't blame yourself. It's not like any of us would have known.
I have an idea. If they predicted my movements, then I might be able to guess where they went.
Whoa, you bounced back fast.
There is always an opportunity for safety after danger passes.
Oh, so that's how it is! Paimon gets it now! If the Academia is trying to avoid Sino, then the safest place would be...
One step behind him.
Yep, that's right!
They'll want to proceed in the direction opposite of where I'm going. I must go.
There's also something I want to investigate.
Let's go, guys! After him!
Please, wait! I want to go too!
You want to go too? If so, you have to promise you'll stay safe.
I want to find Grandpa. I promise I'll be careful and not cause any trouble.
Everyone, I leave him in your hands.
Yay! Let's go! Remember to pack some food with you! Paimon feels like we're missing someone, though.
And we are now on to the next part. Cries from the Elazar Hospital.
So, where do we go from here?
Yes. After leaving the village, we should head straight toward the desert.
I know the desert like the back of my hand.
Is that because you play here a lot?
Yep. One time, Grandpa almost got lost in the desert. But I was the one who brought him back.
There's something here. What's this?
It's buried in the sand. Looks like we'll need to roll up our sleeves and do some work.
And Paimon thought running around everywhere was already enough work. Okay. So, we have to dig it out? Whatever's down there looks like it's buried really deep.
These are likely fragments of an Academia-developed device, something akin to a headset. Looks like there were more than one village keeper. They must have been escorted this way because there are device fragments scattered around here. Let's split up and search the area. Chances are that we'll find other things nearby.
Is this what we're searching for? It looks kind of scary.
This is definitely a device used to extract divine knowledge.
How did it end up buried in the sand? That can't have been part of the plan. They must have been attacked along the way.
Wait, what?
Grandpa, I hope you're okay.
Don't worry, your grandpa's gonna be fine.
Razak didn't display any signs of starvation or dehydration, which means that they left fairly recently.
We should be able to catch up.
One more thing. Given that the device had been entirely covered by sand, I believe the attack must have happened prior to the sandstorm.
Let's keep going. They can't have gone far.
The quest continues.
But running on sand is so tiring.
But you're flying, aren't you, Paimon? Is flying over sand tiring too?
Of course it is.
Your levitation is very questionable. Just one moment.
Enshroud!
There we go. Alright, I'm satisfied.
There is no escape. Motion to compel.
What the... Come on. Up. Up. Up.
Follow the wind.
A fateful offering.
Alright. So we managed to open another chest. And we got some unagi meat. I call this a win. Back to the quest.
Voices, over there. It sounds like an argument.
Whoa, you have really good ears.
Don't get any closer. They'll notice us.
Dia's talking with the Eremites? Very interesting. Let's listen in.
If you had informed me sooner, there'd be plenty of room for us to...
You're one of us. We would never lie.
Scholars. You don't know as much as I do. Need me to...
I knew it. That's our Dia.
Dia? Why would you... Dia!
Hey, what are you doing?
Huh?
And the cover's blown.
Didn't you say you'd help me find Grandpa? Why are you on their side?
Well, look who's here. Ain't that something?
This complicates things.
You've betrayed Aru Village?
So, this is the great General Mahamatra. Dear, you'd be better off as my assistant than hanging around with this motley crew. Seen for yourself, I have the means and methods, and my ideals are far more admirable than theirs.
I'm not the type that's easily swayed, Raman. You of all people should know that.
Wait, what's going on, Dia? Whose side are you on here?
Shut it, Paimon.
It doesn't matter. Whichever side you pick, nothing could deter us from the grand mission of resurrecting the Scarlet King. Once our Lord of Old returns to this land, we will have a new beginning.
Face the facts, Raman. It's not gonna happen. You should understand that more than anyone. Have all your years as a merc taught you nothing about placing hopes in a ruler?
I'm a desert dweller and a proud follower of the Scarlet King. Whether I live by the edge of the sword or in peaceful comfort, my soul will always carry this conviction.
It's not too late yet. The village Mad scholars aren't gonna bring the Scarlet King back to life.
You don't understand, my dear lady. Pursuing our faith is our purpose in life. Even if the chance of success is 1 in a million, we must be willing to give everything we have.
Even if it'll expose you to the academia? Even if they end up disbanding the Eremites, your Eremites, which you've worked so hard for all these years?
Yes. We've waited a long time for this day to come. The sun and the moon no longer shine here. All you see now is cracks in this desiccated land. But fate has finally dealt me a hand to play against the Academia. With these scholars in our custody, we'll stomp the Academia's forces and fight our way beyond the wall of Samiel.
Ridiculous. Think about it. The Academia controls the entirety of Sumeru. Your powers are negligible in comparison. If you still don't believe me, then try asking these two men. They're also against the Academia, but neither of them are as arrogant as you are.
They look more like pawns of the Academia to me. Why would I listen to anything the people of Greater Lord Rukkhadevada have to say? Filthy traitors. Your god abandoned all honor and betrayed the Scarlet King. We desert dwellers will never trust the likes of you.
It's impossible to communicate with someone so hostile. Perhaps we should.
Do you really believe that by kidnapping the scholars, you'll be able to negotiate with the Academia? These people have no value as bargaining chips, but I could be persuaded to take their place as your next hostage. These scholars were exiled from the Academia. I, on the other hand, am their current scribe, and will be a much greater asset to you.
Wait, you can't be serious.
So, you want to trade places with the hostages, do you?
Precisely. Any wise person would gladly accept my offer.
What are you thinking? What if they decide to kill you instead?
Well, that would be bad luck for me. However, I'd get the chance to observe the scholars, perhaps even find out the truth.
Think you can talk me over with that confident look of yours?
I'm not trying to persuade you. I'm using this as a means of joining forces against the Academia.
You are the scribe. What do you have against the Academia?
Not all desert dwellers believe in the Scarlet King, and the same applies to the Academia. Why must all knowledge seekers approve of the Academia's way of doing things?
You Academia scum. Every last one of you is nothing but a hypocrite, just like everyone else on the other side of that wall. I've made myself clear enough. I won't listen to another word from the Dendro Archon's people.
Not so fast. I'll hate them. Do you stand by everything you just said?
I never make empty promises.
You know you're making a dangerous decision, right?
I do.
Good. Raman, hear me out. These people are my friends. Maybe you can't take the followers of the Dendro Archon at their word, but what about me? Do you trust me?
We've known each other for years. Of course I do.
In that case, I'm willing to vouch for their honesty with my right arm. Come on, Raman, don't be a coward. If you're serious about taking on the Academia, you need to steel yourself. You can't be afraid.
An arm from the Flame Mane. You've piqued my interest. But what if you refuse to oblige? What should I do then? No one's a fool here, Dia. We're mercs. And mercs don't tend to live long unless they have their wits about them.
You're not wrong, but this is different. I promised my friends that we'd bring back the Village Keepers together.
Let's do it right here, then. Give me your right arm as proof of your resolve.
Don't listen to him! He's not even trying to negotiate! He just wants to make things more difficult!
That's fine.
Are you crazy?
We came here to save lives. One arm for that many people is still a pretty good deal, if you ask me. Raman, I'm holding up my end of the deal here. You'd better not let me down.
Sure. Go ahead and cut off her right arm.
No!
You don't have to go this far.
That's not for you to decide.
Do it! Stop!
What's wrong? Can't do it?
Flame Mane, you and I are both desert folk. Cutting off your arm is no different than cutting off my own fingers. Where's the sense in cutting my own kin to pieces? You've shown me that you're serious. Go on now, take your friends and leave. Meet me in the desert at noon tomorrow.
Phew. I was really counting on him not going through with it.
Dia! That was crazy! Have you all lost your minds? What if he'd actually cut your arm off?
Then I just have to hold my claymore with my left arm. Okay, I'm sorry. But sometimes when you're out on a limb, you gotta double down to seal the deal, you know?
Are you seriously making a limb joke after that?
Don't ever make a promise like that again. I can deal with the likes of them. If it came down to it, you would not lose to them either.
I don't doubt it, Sino. But this is about more than me and them. There's a lot more where they came from. Even if we got rid of one bunch of radicals, there are others out there. Wiping them out would do more harm than good.
As you wish.
I'm sorry, Dia. I should have stayed put and listened. I should have trusted you.
It's okay. I promised you I'd help find your grandpa, so I'll do whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes? You just might be scholar material.
Huh? Are you serious?
The Eremites once said that I was a lunatic. Perhaps a little madness is essential to be successful in research.
Why does it feel like he's using his praise for me as an excuse to brag about himself?
I think he's just stating the truth.
Okay, let's get moving. We should head back to the village and rest up. Today was just a trial run. Noon tomorrow is gonna be the hard part.
What are the chances? What are the stakes? There's no way of knowing. Alright, so we finished Starseeker Sojourn and Windchaser. Oh, right. I was so focused on Nilo that I forgot that this is also an Albedo rerun. Let's take care of that now.
At the frying pan, into the fire!
Burst forth! Witness my great undertaking!
Eat this!
Live! Come into being! Feel this ancient power!
Now right there, if only the screen wasn't darkened and this challenge complete wasn't in the way, that moment right there would make an excellent wallpaper. that's done. Currently doing the Archon quest. Searing dreams in the sea of sand. And the perpetual motion dragon.
There are leaves around, and I know just the tune to accompany them, if you wish to hear it.
Alright. Let's advance the clock.
Don't even think about it.
You're all here so early.
Looks like we have everyone here. Isak, are you sure you want to come with us?
I'll watch from a safe distance. Dia, I want to be there to bring Grandpa home.
Okay, let's go then.
Dia, wait.
What's the matter?
I heard that you were quite reckless yesterday. No more of that today, understood? Or I'll be very upset with you.
Fine.
Alright, here we go. Is it weird that I hunt tumbleweeds when I come to this part of the desert? Got it. Oh, an egg.
Time to go. The wind knows me.
Shine down!
So quiet.
All right. Here we go.
Huh. They got here before us.
Uh-oh. Is it because Paimon overslept by 5 minutes and held everyone up?
You didn't have to admit that.
Is everything ready?
Absolutely. Although, you brought fewer people than I imagined.
Bring him over.
Grandpa! Why is there only one of them?
Rahman, I've always thought of you as a man of his word. What's this about?
It's a one-for-one exchange. Sounds fair, don't you think? And let me put it this way. Agreeing to any kind of deal with the Dendro Archon's people is already a huge compromise on my part. Don't you think you've asked enough?
You stay right there!
Don't you see this blade here? You coward! Why are your hands shaking? Wait a second! It's a earthquake!
Paimon's dizzy.
Now that is one fast grandpa.
This day's going just great.
What a nuisance. The sand dune collapsed. I saw an energy field. The village keeper protected us. It glowed green with dendro. Just like you said, it may well have been the remains of Lesser Lord Kusanali's power inside the scholar's body.
You finally believe me?
The dendro archon. The present one.
Grandpa? Grandpa? Oh no, he's getting confused again.
Hey, look around you.
Did there used to be a temple here?
It seems that when the sand dune collapsed, it exposed these underground structures. The symbols on the gate belong to the Scarlet King's civilization. This structure must be ancient. Over time, the sandstorms completely buried it and left it in the state we see now. It could have been an underground palace in the distant past.
Oh, a miracle. Praise the Scarlet King!
What's he doing here? And his men too?
They must have fallen down here with us. Pretty lucky if you ask me. Most of them seem in really bad shape. Except for him. He got off lightly.
Mind your head.
No, this isn't the time for conflict. Our exalted lord has shown us the way to his sacred palace.
He's not actually gonna go in there, is he?
As it happens, I want to take a look inside too.
What are you doing?
Don't you think it's curious? 1 minute, Lesser Lord Kusanali's power protects us from harm, and the next, remnants of the Scarlet King's civilization appear. 2 major deities are vying to showcase their power to us. It would be a shame not to witness them both.
Paimon thought you weren't interested in gods.
Indeed. In my view, gods are just a higher form of living being, or creature, you could say. New discoveries are always worth investigating. Whether they have anything to do with gods is neither here nor there.
Raman, what are you gonna do about your men?
I'll just let them lay here. The Scarlet King will take care of his people. Right now, I'm going inside.
Desert Raider. One moves, one groans, and one plays dead. Telling you I saw his head move.
Grandpa? Grandpa? Oh no, he's getting confused again.
Khalil. Alright, let's enter. The Mysterious Ruins. Recommended elements: Pyro, Electro, Cryo. Yeah, we won't be using cryo. Pyro and electro is enough for us.
It's full of life here. This defies comprehension. It looked completely desolate from the outside. Yet, it flows with energy inside.
Yeah, and there's so many plants. It's so pretty.
Sir Rahman.
Huh? Me?
Do you see another Rahman here?
Are you mocking me? What do you mean, sir?
Interpret it however you want, but there's something I'd like to draw your attention to. While this structure is clearly left over from the Scarlet King civilization, the energy that flows in here is that of the Dendro Archon.
Whatever you say. It's not like I have a vision.
There's nothing to be angry about. Think of this as an academic journey.
It does seem kind of strange. If that's true, then we might have to explore this whole area to find an explanation.
Into the wind. Illusion shattered.
Can't see. God.
Shine down.
God. I hear everything. Time to go.
There is no escape. Wind knows me.
Wind Strider.
Time to go.
Shine down!
Let's nip that in the bud.
There is no escape!
Into the wind. As one with wind and cloud. I'll uproot you.
And now we're heading back down.
Now that's a sight to see. The Scarlet King's splendor surrounds us.
There's so much vegetation here. It's different than what I expected.
Sure are a lot of plants for a desert.
That's what I call divine providence of the Scarlet King.
Now the wall bricks just closing up, that's a nice touch. Hello, welcome to the stream. We have just reached somewhere.
It's getting brighter! Oh, it looks so beautiful!
Unfortunately, I cannot take pictures. Oh, wait, actually, now, they really should let us use the camera inside domains. Some of the scenery you find in these are breathtaking.
Wait. What's that?
A load of flowers. And it looks like there's something among them.
It looks like a tomb.
These are Scarlet King runes.
They left something behind. Yes. It's an elegy written in an ancient script.
What does it say?
Here lies our faithful priest Kasala. His wisdom is a miracle among the people, deserving of high praise and admiration.
You can read ancient Scarlet King script?
Of course. Every student needs to master at least 20 languages before they graduate.
Again, I am glad the real-world academia isn't so stringent on those requirements.
He's not serious, right?
There's still something off about this place. The elemental energy here is too concentrated. The scent of life. Is it trying to tell us something?
Is this it?
Analyzing.
There seems to be a hidden message among these skeletal remains. Excellent. There's a device from the Scarlet King's civilization in this gravesite. I'll transmit the information over and project it for everyone to see.
Isn't sharing knowledge against the Academia's rules?
Yes. However, under the circumstances, I'd prefer you to see this for yourself. You'll understand after watching it.
Civilization is born of knowledge, but so too can knowledge be its demise. A disaster caught us unaware. It was knowledge that did not belong to this world. The Scarlet King brought this forbidden knowledge into our world, and it quickly spread like a plague. People's minds were filled with crazed whispers. Dark gray scales spread across their bodies. Even the land was stripped of its vigor. Only a desperate, deathly silence remained. Were it not for greater Lord Rukkhadevata from the forests, the damage would have been irreversible. She summoned the priests to build temples and infused into them the divine power of life. The disaster was miraculously tempered, and the embers of our civilization were preserved in Aru village. Alas, the miracle could not last. As long as forbidden knowledge continued to exist, it would forever blight this world. In the end, the proud king of the desert, my eternal lord, chose to sacrifice himself. I have spent my whole life since guarding one of these many temples. But now, my duty is coming to an end. As I close my eyes for the final time, the sight of that noble deity will appear in my vision once more. In helping the Scarlet King to eradicate forbidden knowledge, she exhausted her strength, and her form became that of a small child. How strange. Now that I think of her, I no longer have any fear of death, for I sense that the spirit of life will abide with me during my eternal sleep. Children of the desert, cling no longer to past grievances, but hold tight to the memory of this act of benevolence.
What was that?
The priest's memories.
No, impossible.
Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. So the former Dendro Archon and the Scarlet King were never enemies at all.
but this doesn't make any sense. The Dendro Archon's followers, they're clearly...
Was that the former Dendro Archon? He became so tiny in the end.
Greater Lord Rukkhadevata came to the rescue of King Deseret and his people, but eradicating the forbidden knowledge took so much of her power. The two deities' followers have resented each other all this time, completely unaware that their gods stuck by each other through life and death.
You might be distrustful of the Akasha, but there's no reason for you to doubt the Scarlet King's technology. You've just witnessed his priest's last words.
I've never heard about any of this before. The surviving followers of the Scarlet King all gathered in Aru village. Our god did not make mistakes. We refused to believe any of the rumors. The Scarlet King's death, the all but total annihilation of our civilization, it was all Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's doing. We saw her as nothing more than a traitor, who stabbed us in the back in our moment of crisis. Just like us humans. Fighting, feuding, double-crossing each other to survive in the desert.
You were blinded by your prejudice.
If I hadn't seen this for myself, if I hadn't witnessed his last words with my own eyes, ears, and heart, how could I ever begin to accept this? The truth is so far from what I've always known. Am I really supposed to believe that after all these years, all this time seeking revenge, suddenly now my enemy is my savior?
Raman, that's enough. Give it a rest. You're starting to make a fool of yourself.
Dia, tell me, my Eremites and I, what are we even fighting for?
Hey, how you doing?
I'll live. Thanks. I should probably go. Can't just stay here forever.
What's your next move gonna be?
Oh, I know what you're going to ask. I feel deeply ashamed of everything I've done. You'll get everything you're asking for. But please, give me some time. After everything that's happened here today, somehow I need to explain it to the others.
It's not gonna be easy.
Well, I guess that's for me to deal with. Dia, this is where our camp's located. Make a note of it.
When would be a good time for us to go?
Tomorrow. I'll convince everyone that we're all on the same side. And I'll return every last one of your your village keepers. We'll share our other resources with you too.
You seem to finally understand that our true enemy is the sages.
Yes. The gods never gave up on anyone. It's the people responsible for all this that need to face the consequences of their actions.
That must have been rough, but he seems to have figured things out now.
Ramon's no fool. Being the leader of your own faction in the desert is no easy feat. It's too bad he was held back by his belief in the Scarlet King. But now that that's changed, I guess we have a few more people on our side.
The outcome, at least, is favorable.
We should get going too. Let's head back, have a proper meal, and a nice, long sleep. We'll need all our energy tomorrow. Sino, we're leaving!
Stop yelling.
when the dark sun passes. So, Lesser Lord Kusanali really is Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. But this actually brings into question the wisdom of the so-called sages. To just keep their god locked up without knowing the truth at all.
Time to go.
All right.
Follow the wind.
These days, I get more eggs from tumbleweeds than I do from regular bushes. What the? Alright then. So apparently I can still make marks in the sand when using a Borley sigil. That took far too many arrows.
For a looking for trouble.
Illusion shattered.
Enshroud. One with nature.
Shine down.
I'll bury you.
Now your test will meet again.
All right.
A fateful offering.
Oh, wonderful. They're not trying to kill me anymore.
Raman, we're here.
Everything's been arranged. Someone will bring the village keepers back to Aru village shortly.
I guess all I can say now is thanks for agreeing to help.
Ah, don't mention it. I think we can both agree you went to hell and back for it. But we share a common cause now. From here on out, we're allies.
Where are the perpetrators?
I'll bring you to them. Follow me.
So these are the people who kidnapped the village keepers.
Oh no, it's the scribe!
More terrified of the scribe than the Mahamatra right now.
There's no need to yell. No one can help you now.
We've been all over the desert trying to find you!
That's right.
General Mahamatra? No, no!
Quick, please! Swift and painless!
Whoa. The moment they set eyes on Sino, they turn pale like they've seen a ghost.
You should have known that I would be coming for you.
Wait, we were just following orders. You know what I'm talking about, right? There's no way we could have done all this by ourselves.
No, not Sino. He's gonna tear us limb from limb.
I could do worse.
Please have mercy.
Start talking. Otherwise, I'll have to resort to other methods.
So, your superiors have kept you quite busy recently. Why? What are they trying to accomplish?
They wanted to extract canned knowledge.
Don't play dumb. You know what I'm really asking. They extract divine canned knowledge. Then what?
I really don't know how to explain it.
Well, you better start talking or you'll be sorry.
You don't want to make things any more difficult for yourself, do ya?
May I ask a question? May I ask them a question?
Be my guest.
The sages are trying to create a new god, aren't they?
Uh-huh. That sure didn't sound like a fancy metaphor or anything. You're serious, aren't you?
How did you know?
There's no use hiding it now. Yes, you're right.
The way he said, "How did you know?" makes you believe that even he realizes that that is the most insane thing you could possibly think of, and no ordinary person would come to that conclusion.
The Academia is working on an important and potentially world-changing project. They are creating a new god. A god that will belong to them and to the people of Sumeru. It may seem as if Sumeru's academics are thriving, but ever since the death of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, scholarly breakthroughs have been few and far between. The withering of Irminsul has been getting worse recently. The sages have tried everything they could think of, but nothing's worked. I'm always hearing them say things like, if only Greater Lord Rukkhadevata was still with us.
Continue.
And then, someone from the Fatui showed up. They called him the Doctor. He brought a gnosis and said he wanted to borrow the Academia's research facilities. The Doctor was previously expelled from the Academia. At first, the sages looked down at him in disdain. But when he said those words, everyone's expression changed. He asked them, "Do you wish to create a god?"
This is what the arrogant ignorance at the extreme end of Academia looks like.
First, the Academia spent a long time constructing a divine vessel, which was based on an exquisite humanoid puppet. After that, they harvested dreams via the Zeb-Zerus Festival Samsara, maximizing the Akasha's output. With the Doctor's help, and the Akasha now functioning at maximum efficiency, they were able to use it to extract the power from the Gnosis and convert it into a divine core. Next, they decided that their new god needed to possess divine wisdom. For that to happen, they needed a huge quantity of divine canned knowledge.
It adds up.
But how do you determine whether the knowledge extracted is of divine origin?
Call it an educated guess? The Academia has been trying to figure out the exact source of the Scholar's madness for centuries, but to no avail. Nobody can explain the cause of this phenomenon. Surely you can see what that implies, Scribe Al-Haytham. If it's knowledge no mortal can comprehend, then it must be something only gods are able to decipher. In other words, it's the source of the God of Wisdom's omniscience and omnipotence.
But the sage's end product won't be Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. It will be the Balladeer.
You must have noticed by now. The Academia doesn't care about who their god is. It's the ability to exercise control over knowledge and wisdom that matters. It is as if they are cursed with a desire for omniscience and omnipotence that burns in their blood. Some organisms demonstrate phototaxis, and thus orient their entire lives in respect to sources of light. For the sages, their only source of hope is the existence of a deity who embodies the acme of wisdom. This is but a form of phototaxis. For many scholars, the absence of a god of wisdom means stumbling in the darkness for the duration of their lives.
Then what does Lesser Lord Kusanali mean to you? Is she not a true god present in this world? If you already have a new god, why try to create another one?
From the beginning, the Academia has never treated her as a god. When the Academia first discovered Lesser Lord Kusanali, the newborn god of wisdom, the sages hoped that she would be as wise as Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. But upon evaluation, they found that at the time she possessed no more intelligence than any ordinary human child. The sages never had a ruder awakening. This forced them to accept that Greater Lord Rukkhadevata had indeed passed away. Not to mention that Lesser Lord Kusanali's gnosis had been used to power the Akasha this entire time. By herself, she has neither an Archon's raw power, nor the spectacular insight expected of a god of wisdom. Slowly but surely, people began to forget about her existence.
So, this is the path the sages have chosen.
Even now, they still refuse to acknowledge Lesser Lord Kusanali. I never imagined a god could be subjected to such cruelty.
All right, let's try to keep our cool. If everyone's in a bad mood, then let's change up our scenery. Raman, give me a few men to help us escort the village keepers back to the village. And these two scholars, they're coming too.
Sure, as you wish.
Alright. So that's definitely something. So they never even... So as soon as they found out that Kusanali didn't have any more knowledge than Rukkhadevata, they just gave up on her entirely. But Kusanali is Rukkhadevata, just after expending all of her power. So, after everything that Rukkhadevata gave the people of the scholars of Sumeru,
time to go.
The chance to expand upon their knowledge, they could not show the same kindness to her after sacrificing everything in order to seal away the forbidden knowledge. It's sad that Kusanali is being ignored and neglected, but it's even sadder that they can't understand that no one has a complete collection of knowledge from the start. It's always something that needs to be expanded upon.
The wind's rosy. Illusion shattered. One with the forest.
I think we can forgo the lost and found report.
So yes, that's my insight on the end of this Archon quest. Alright, got them all.
Keep up.
Alright, we're coming up to the end of version 3.1, and I am honestly impressed. Good small oases, sand dunes and the bluffs. Can't get better than this.
One with nature. There is no escape.
Oh great, spider crocodiles are here. The only thing that I have to say is these new desert cranes. For some reason, they spasm in the midst of their poses. For those of you that were watching when I was first doing the Golden Slumber quest, you can see a crane in the background just spazzing out.
Illusion shattered.
Keep up. Enshroud.
The wind knows it. There is no escape. One with the forest.
Why is there a chest here?
Alright. For the land of Lower Setic, we are at 78%. For the land of Upper Setic, we're already at 100%. For the Hypostyle Desert, 88%. Still got a lot of underground stuff to go through. But for now, we're heading back to Aru Village.
The village keepers you've found have all been returned to their homes, and each one has a dedicated caregiver to look after them. The 2 new scholars are being kept under close supervision, too. Really great work, everyone.
The atmosphere is so heavy.
It's hard to not feel weighed down by what we just learned. Despite everything Lesser Lord Kusanali has done for her people, the Academia has abandoned her in the sanctuary of Surastana like a lost cause. Even those she's protected have never realized there's such a small and childlike god in the world.
Hey, say something! Stop spacing out!
Come on, is there nothing left to talk about? In that case, let's all get some water and try to think about something else.
Or I can go fetch some snacks.
Oh, Paimon's so coming with you!
Do you have any plans, Traveler?
Gods above, you're not talking about work, are you?
I want to share everything I know with all of you.
So you were still withholding some information?
Yes, I'm sorry. I had my reasons. Hello, Save Dex. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you.
though we lived through all of this firsthand, it still feels super surreal to hear you talk about it again.
That's everything we've experienced so far in Sumeru.
What a whirlwind of a story. I felt like I was holding my breath the whole time.
It seems like there will be more issues to face in the days ahead than I'd anticipated.
Still, now's a good time to make our next move. Now that Ramon's joined us, we'll be an even stronger team.
It's time to make a plan.
Yes, I am so close to 100 subs. And surprise, surprise, guess what happened yesterday? YouTube said I unlocked community posts, which is surprising. I thought that was something that was locked until you had 1,000 subscribers. But hey, I'm not complaining. Now I can finally do posts like for my inventory progression in this game. My goal is to max out the entire inventory by the time the game ends, which won't be for a few years.
Indeed. These events are a flagrant transgression of the rules in every sense. We cannot allow it to continue.
I'm surprised I might actually break 100 subs in the first year.
So, everyone, are we on the same page?
Crush the sages and rescue our god. That is our ultimate goal.
No matter what lies ahead, I will do my utmost.
Well, let's brainstorm a little more about what other resources we can draw on.
The next time we gather here, we must have a solid plan.
Yep, it'll work out for sure.
And that is the end of our Quest Chapter 3, Part 4. I had to wait for 1,000 to do posts. I think they dropped it to 500 last year. Maybe it's based on how long I've been up. Yeah, I'm coming up on 9 months of having this channel active.
Don't rush. This is a big undertaking, and the planning and preparation for what lies ahead will no doubt take some time. Take it slowly. We need to make sure the plan is as effective as possible.
He's starting to read his book again. Hey, are you even listening?
Would you like me to lend you something to read?
No way. Your books aren't quite to Paimon's tastes.
I was joking. I know my books are far too difficult for you, and I have no intention of lending them out.
Ugh, you're so annoying.
You must let me know if there's anything I can do to help. Though I cannot leave Aru Village, I can't help but feel stirred when I see the looks in your eyes. I've never felt as roused as this when fighting alone in the past. I suppose this must be the power of camaraderie.
So now we just have a few things to wrap up
The past few days have been some of the most challenging work I've ever taken on. And none of it'll earn me a single Mora. I can't believe it.
Look on the bright side, Dia. Maybe we'll get a huge reward after this is all over.
You've got a point. Hey, what would you do if you woke up tomorrow with more money than you could ever spend?
Paimon would buy boatloads of tasty snacks.
That's it?
And maybe some tasty drinks as well?
How adorable. Well, here's to all our indulgent fantasies. If there's a chance they can come true, I'll give it my best shot. And here's hoping that everything we do from now on will change this world for the better.
So yeah, now we just have a few things we can take care of to prepare ourselves for version 3.2 on Tuesday. And I will be streaming that as well around 11 p.m. Eastern Time when everything goes live, possibly 10:30. And then we will be doing the third, I believe, Night to First Light marathon. Depending on how much content there is
The scenery is wonderful.
in version 3.2 to
Surely
start
enough
off.
to convince anyone to become a wanderer.
Because I don't think we're getting any new regions. So there won't be as much to explore. Maybe I'll just go through the Archon quest and save Night to First Lights for new games entirely. And also new regions in Genshin Impact. But I'm definitely going to be doing a Night to First Light for Sonic Frontiers. Yep, you're so annoying.
In the past, I never imagined that even the gods could suffer from hardship. If we can find a way to change all of this, will this nation become a better place?
And the best thing, I finally figured out the best way for me to get the clearest audio and video for my PlayStation 5 screens while still going through OBS. You can actually just see how crisp it is now. It took a while. The first workaround using PS Remote didn't work out so well. Because you still had glitches from the video being sent to the computer through PlayStation Remote. And then it would just be a garbled mess for a few seconds on your stream, and there's nothing you can do about it. And also the fact that it would also show all of the PS5 overlays, which shouldn't be when you are doing a stream directly from the PS5. So, my solution was to stream directly from the PS5 on a private stream, and then embed that into OBS in the top right box that you would usually see the gameplay in.
Try something new.
This screen for the main stream. That way, not only do I have the current stream you're seeing right now, but also I have a stream that has the gameplay on full screen, so I can download that and also edit it later into highlight videos. The best of both worlds. The only drawback I could possibly see in this system that I've set up is the fact that it might require a god-level Wi-Fi connection, depending on where you are. Excited for Frontiers? We'll wait for a bit. Oh yeah, I'll definitely let you know how it turns out. Okay. Just 2 more weeks. 2 more weeks, I've maxed out my ham. All right. Yes. And I believe I mentioned this only once in the last in one of the previous streams. Knowing me, you'll get Frontiers on Switch for portability, but then play the whole thing on TV. Yes, that is one thing I am looking forward to seeing, how the game handles being in TV mode, how it handles being in handheld mode, and also the crux of the Switch, or the main feature of the Switch, is being able to play on the go without any issue. So I'm wondering if there is going to be any quality issue if you are suddenly playing on your TV and then decided to take it out on the go. Are there going to be any visual glitches or actual game crashes? That is the main thing I'm looking for. Making sure everything is smooth and consistent. And of course, I'm going to be playing in version 1.0.0. It's not much of a test if it's not in its base state, because not everyone has immediate access to an internet connection. So you want to know if you'll be able to play it right out of the box if you're getting a physical copy, or if you actually need to stop somewhere to download what you need to download for the patches. Alright. So I can earn some gems for Spiral Abyss now. Alright. Blessing of the Abyssal Moon. Ascending Moon. After opponents take damage from Dendro Cores, this includes Virgin and Hyperbloom damage, all of their elemental and physical resistance will be decreased by 8% for 6 seconds, and a max of 4 stacks. Only 2 days and 14 hours left in this cycle, so I might as well do it now. But yes, as I was saying before, I am interested in playing a game that just released yesterday called Factorio. Basically a factory building game. And I was going to buy it and download it, but I noticed that there's actually a demo for it. So I'm going to play that later and see if it'll be worth it to purchase the entire game and see how far I get. Alright, let's see what we got in this challenge. Fungi, Eremites, Hiliturals, Abyss and Slimes, Fungi, Eremites. Okay. So let's go with my usual team for this bout. Then we got Venti, Kui, Zhongli, and and I hit the wrong button. Less than years from now, when the servers aren't active anymore, people buying them as retro games won't be able to update them. Yes, exactly. And companies like Nintendo are making it so much harder to mod these new next-gen consoles, so homebrewing a Switch might not even be a thing. Where you can just keep a log of all the various updates for the game. For the games. Okay. Yeah, this should be good. Alright. Alright, let's fight. An increase in elemental energy recharge.
One with nature. Enshroud. Illusion shattered. The wind knows me. Into the wind. There is no escape.
Can't see.
One with nature.
I hear everything.
Now you shall perish.
Alright. Thank you for stopping by. Really appreciate it. I'm about to wrap up too once I finish this challenge.
Think you can get away? Woo! Boing, boing, boom! Yeah! Oh, yeah! Boom! Speed of light! Hey! Nowhere to hide!
Solidify!
What a yahoo! Time for takeoff. Incoming!
Hailing, lucky today!
With sword from shadow. Hit! Ha!
You want this one?
Hit! Ha! Hit!
Need! Try to keep
Alright, doing good.
Brace yourselves. Let's play.
You want this one?
Think you can get away? Dumpy dumpy go!
Order guide!
Cut to the chase.
And I pressed the circle button too many times. Again. Alright. Next, increase of elemental mastery. It'll make Kazuha even more powerful.
Illusion shattered. Enshroud. The wind knows me.
Wrap up a flame.
Fallen leaves. Adorn one with the forest. I'll uproot you.
One with nature.
Incinerate.
Can't see.
Alright. On to the next bout.
Wouldn't gliding be faster? Here we go.
Stabilize.
Yes.
Time for takeoff. Speed of light.
I will have order.
Whoa! Alright.
Yahoo!
Trigger a new achievement, Hyper Bloom Circus.
This is order.
Think you can get away? Jumpy, jumpy. Don't blink. Let's play. Speed of light. Hey! With sword from shadow.
Alright. an increase in attack power.
Into the wind. Shine down. Enshroud. One with nature. The wind knows me.
Let's nip that in the bud. Can't see.
All right.
Wouldn't gliding be faster? Time for takeoff. Boing, boing, boom! God, jumpy, jumpy, go!
I will have order.
Brace yourselves. Incoming.
All right. Next floor. And the enemies: slimes, fungi, and bishops. Eremites and Kairagi. And Abyss Mage and Lava Churl. Eremites, Fatui, Mirror Maiden. This one's gonna be a little tricky. This should be good for a start. Normal and charge attack damage plus 20.
Think you can get away? Hey! Cut to the chase. Speed of light.
Order guide you.
Here we go. Wouldn't glide. Yahoo! Time for takeoff. Brace yourselves.
Gather.
Here we go. Think you can get away? I'll protect us.
This is order.
All right.
Invisible evidence.
I hear everything.
As one with wind and cloud.
Torn to oblivion. There is no escape.
Next. Made the right choice. Next. Elemental skill damage plus 20%.
That's close enough.
Let's play. Wouldn't gliding be... Nowhere to hide. Yahoo! Time for takeoff. Incoming. Hey!
Where do you think you're? Solidify.
Here we go. Think you can get away?
I will have order. Right.
To the chase. Speed up.
Alright. The combination of Hydro and Electro was stronger than I remember.
One with nature.
Boom!
One with the forest. I'll uproot you. Keep up.
Worth it. Alright, enough of this.
The birds come.
Alright. Next up, Chamber 3. So I'm going to instantly restore 2 HP just for Tainari.
Let's play. Brace yourselves. Time for takeoff.
No excuse for slacking.
Let's dance. With swords from shadows.
Isn't time for break yet.
This is order.
Let's play. Here we go. Think you can get away? Nowhere to hide. Don't blink. Yahoo! So, Barb, let the show begin. Brace yourself. Here we go.
Stabilize.
Time for takeoff. Cut to the chase. Incoming. Hey!
Order guide you.
Alright.
One with nature.
Time for your assignment. Where are you?
Can't see.
Blink.
Let's nip that in the butt.
Over here. Now you shall perish.
My tail's all messed up.
Ah, nuts. Alright.
As one with wind and cloud.
Incinerate.
Alright. Alright. Managed to wipe them out, but Tainari died. But everything's okay. So we're going to end it at half of the Abyss. I'll hopefully be able to complete the rest of it before the cycle ends. So, thank you so much to everyone who came to watch the stream today, and those who come to watch the playback later. And as it says in the description, I have officially selected the permanent setup for streaming PlayStation 5 games. For when they're actual overlay parts, it will look like this, but otherwise it will be full screen. And I'll be doing a full screen stream of Sonic Frontiers on November 8th, which is a Tuesday, so I hope to see you there. Once again, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.